Welcome 2018 NXL World Cup here on Sunday, the most important day of the year here in Tournament Paintball. Biggest paintball tournament on planet Earth. We're here in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez, Steve Rabikoff, and we are about to watch the wild card set that's about to go down here in center court. Tampa Bay Damage making it into the wild card, and they're going to be playing Sacramento DMG, making it to Sunday finally here, and they look pretty good too. They had to win 2 in a row in order to make it. They definitely did that. Thomas Kim stepped up on that D side of the field, but across the board they got production from everyone. We'll want to touch base on you guys about DMG in a second, but also Houston Heat is going to play Los Angeles Infamous. So Infamous, even with no Nate Trader, no Callie Rudolph, still able to make it in here. Cody Minkowski's on fire here this weekend. Todd, what do you think about this this matchup here in the wild card match? Also, this is an important one for you guys because the Ironmen also made it on, and they played outstanding yesterday. You guys looked great, and what a bloodbath against AC Dallas. That was a crazy one, man. If you missed the last 2 sets of yesterday's prelims, it was, I hope to God that we get to see that here today, because that was finals level, Sunday level play. It was awesome. Todd, what do you think?
Yeah, the atmosphere was great yesterday. Those are some really good games. We're playing the winner of Infamous and Houston Heat. I really like the way that DMG has been playing. I think that Damage has gotten better throughout the tournament, but I think that DMG has come in and have played actually really consistently throughout this event. There's Houston Heat on your screen right there as they're getting ready to take on Infamous. Ronnie Dizon has been huge for Houston Heat over there on that side of the field, but you know, really depending on Chad George and Moorhead to come over here and you know, do damage on the Snake side. But Fedorov has switched to the Dorito side after playing the Snake side early. Yesterday we saw him winning points and getting them back in that game and helping them win to get on to Sunday here. So I mean, all these teams are dangerous. It's Sunday. It's World Cup. Anything can happen.
Rab, what are your thoughts? I mean, Houston Heat, Konstantin Fedorov just played ridiculous yesterday to help them try to get back in that match. They weren't able to do it at the end.
It's like Todd said, with Fedorov moving to that Dorito side, I think he found something, because on the Snake side, I think he was playing it well, but I don't think he was on fire there like he did on the Dorito side, Todd. I agree with that. And back to DMG, they had a 4-1 lead against Houston Heat and then just cracked, fell apart. So like you said, they've been playing pretty good paintball here, and let's see how they do here this morning.
Yeah, in Houston Heat, there's Chad George, who's had an outstanding year, and Ryan Moorhead has played so consistent on the attack for them, not only all year long, but really through the prelims. Now, Los Angeles Infamous, Cody Minkowski has been a man on fire here at this event. His whole family's here watching, and you know, Thomas Taylor, our hearts go out to him, as the town that he lives in Northern California pretty much almost burnt entirely to the ground. I heard that maybe his house didn't get burnt down, but he was saying, yeah, the entire town, all the grocery stores, all my family's houses, everyone else's house is destroyed. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do when I go back home. The school, I think, is burnt down too.
Yeah, I was watching some video this morning before I got here, and man, it looked like someone just dropped a bomb there. It was terrible.
You used to live in California. Me and Maddie lived in California our whole lives, and I mean, we've seen wildfire after wildfire. I remember flying home from World Cup in I think it was 2003, and as we're flying over back into San Diego, you get the aerial view of the state just getting cooked. I mean, you saw the flying home at night, and the fires are just still lighting up the sky. It's ridiculous.
2008, when we were flying, I was flying to World Cup, because this is always the worst time of the year. But flying,
Santa Ana is coming, right?
Yeah, the Santa Ana winds come in from the east, and sometimes those winds get kicking up at almost hurricane speed, and it's basically like a roaring, hellish inferno, you know, coming in from, you know, on the outskirts. But yeah, I remember flying in 2008 to World Cup, and that was when the Witch Creek fire happened, and basically there was an entire rim of fire around all of San Diego, and I remember flying and looking out both sides like, man, I hope the city doesn't burn to the ground while I'm on my way to World Cup.
I hope this plane lands and it's not on fire there.
Yeah, my parents' neighbor's house is, I mean, half a mile from my parents' house is burned down, burned to the ground. You know, it's crazy out there, and we have a lot of friends who are firefighters, so everybody that's out there trying to put these things out, you know, prayers be safe. So,
yeah, so yeah, speaking of causes, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. So you see these Motivated for Mav shirts that we're wearing, and it is a nod to our good friend Mike Peveril, aka Pev. His youngest son has a rare form of epilepsy. It's a scary rare form of epilepsy. SCN8A is the genetic marker for that specific type of epilepsy, and a really interesting story there, and a very motivating story where they had to do a lot of tests to try to figure out what was wrong with his son, and they kind of isolated it and used that research that they did on Maverick in order to try to help out and try to adjust the medication. And that's really dangerous if you get the wrong medication when you're working with that specific disease. So go to 4mav.org. You see the NXL was kind enough to let Mike put the bunkers out here, so you see those start stations, the Motivated for Mav start stations. We'll be wearing these shirts today. All the camera crews wearing them today too, because again, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month, so please donate to that cause if you can. Go to 4mav. That is for the number 4 and then mav.org. And again, thank you to the NXL for letting us bring awareness to this very important issue. And like I said, our hearts go out to the fire victims as well too. And that fire is only 5% contained right now. So
yeah, it's nuts. And also today, to all the veterans out there, past and present, that are out there serving, it's a big day for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's Veterans
Worldwide.
Day. I mean, there's a lot going on right now, man. I know Toddy posted a real good thing yesterday. I shared it on my Facebook. I even screenshot it, sent it to my wife. You know, we just got to be thankful for what we have, and there's a lot of people struggling out there. So, excuse me, but we're here at World Cup, and lucky enough to be able to watch the best paintball teams on planet Earth. And it's really cool to see, we were talking about, see DMG, 4 events that they won in semi-pro last year, as they were able to bump up here to pro, one of the favorites. Sacramento DMG, though, struggling a little bit in the early part of the year, and not able to put the wins on the board that they wanted to get. They took a 14th in Vegas, 11th at the next 2 events just on that Sunday bubble, and then also a 13th at the last event that we had in Chicago, where they went 2-2 again. So, but this time they were able to squeak into Sunday. So we are going to see here DMG playing in their first Sunday as professionals. Really like what I'm seeing out of Brusselback and Howell here on the snake side, and DMG also has Thomas Kim on that D side. So Chad Bougere there on your screen for Tampa Bay Damage has been outstanding. He's had a couple unfortunate penalties, but I really like how we see in the field. You see Jacob Edwards there on the snake side, but he's moved over to the D side, switching things up, Todd, with Tim Montresor.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of his natural position. That's where he came up. I mean, Jacob Edwards is just a talented player. Actually ended up playing for Team USA this year, made the squad. And, I mean, the kid can play anywhere. He can play back center, Dorito side, snake side. Saw him a lot in the snake side this year, but now coming out, going back to the Dorito side for World Cup here with the home field advantage in Florida, being the Florida team.
Well, we're about to jump in here to this first point. Thank you guys so much for joining us here at GoSports.com. NXL World Cup, over 500 teams registered, and we're going to see the best out here on center court today. First body to drop is going to be on that Dorito side of the field, and I think that's Thomas Kim. So great job by Tampa Bay Damage to shoot out one of the weapons for DMG on that D side.
Yeah, as you say that, both DMG players, we have 2 players on the snake side here.
And DMG the first to get into the snake. Montresor going to be mirrored up with Shane Howe in that big brick, but Brusselback coming to the inside of the snake. Looking at Silos Cortez in front of him in the snake insert. Tampa Bay Damage is going to lose Silos Cortez up over the top. I think Shane Howe might have got a shot on him from that brick, sitting too long over the top.
Well, Todd, Silos Cortez had played, I thought, outstanding in the second half of the prelims. Kind of struggled a little bit in the beginning, but he was a big factor for them on this snake side, really helping things out, helping them get into Sunday. So they're going to need him to play clean. He made his spot for getting shots, and now that leaves just Tim Montresor here on the snake side of the field. There on your screen, looking inside.
Here he comes.
Tim Montresor going to try to run through. Gets a shot on Halrab.
Yeah, that's a good move, but there's DMG still in the snake, so now Damage is wide open on the snake side. So let's see how DMG plays this. And I say that, he just gets ripped in the head. So
Jason Edwards, yeah.
Two players just got smoked out of there quick. That's the bloodbath all weekend.
Yeah, it's been like this nonstop.
And DMG just lost Hallberg over off that Dorito side, so just 1 body left alive for DMG. And they're going to go ahead and concede that point right there as Jacob Edwards was in the 50. The opportunity was on this side of the field for DMG. If Hallberg Brustleback would have been able to stay alive over here. He'd have had the whole snake to himself in that situation. Montressor tried to make the move. It was a 1-on-2 in the snake. Montressor tried to make the move in hopes of getting that body and staying alive, or maybe getting a penalty there, but he just goes, clears out one body, and then Brustleback then had that whole snake to himself, but unable to capitalize as Jason Edwards made a good shot on him from that back center spot.
We're going to keep seeing this. We've been seeing it all weekend long. You have to be creative on this snake side. You have to be aggressive, but also you have to try to stay alive. Now, that's a tough combination to put together.
Especially in that snake.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. I mean, it's easy to say. It's been really hard to do consistently over here. You're going to watch these one-twos versus attackers lose battles. It's just, can you win enough of them to win the game? Now, Ryan Moorhead has been so consistent. And if he can find a way to win this tournament, Ryan Moorhead might be Heat's MVP, but not
a little bit too aggressive there.
Yeah, yeah, you know, Ryan is very aggressive. Tried to come and take out Thomas Taylor. Thomas Taylor doing a great job of containing, protecting, and now he's going to be the only body here in the snake for either team. Los Angeles Infamous, a one-body advantage. It's 4-on-5.
And here comes Chad George right into the snake one.
And we saw this yesterday. Chad George and Ryan Moorhead just constantly attacking this snake. No matter what happens, they're going to keep crashing, keep coming. As Chad George gets on the backside of Thomas Taylor's bunker, Thomas Taylor's got no idea he's going to get stuck, and just like that, advantage back to Chad George. And I think Chad may have just got a shot in on Cody Mikowski. He does. Cody walks out. 2 bodies left alive now for Infamous.
Chad George, beautiful move to take out Thomas Taylor. He heard the gun, posted up, waited for him to see if he was going to come. Realized he wasn't, came around, shot him one-handed, then gets another kill inside on Cody.
And here comes Sam Monville backing up Chad George. Chad takes on another player here.
Rodarte comes walking off. Should be just Drew Tibbleton left alive in that Dorito corner. Sam Monville's going to cut to the center. He's coming to get Drew as Fedorov starts creeping down that Dorito side. First point's going to go to Houston Heat.
Chad George. Those are the 2 key kills that Houston Heat needed after Ryan Moorhead ran through, got diced up by Thomas Taylor, but that's that flood the bodies through attack that we've seen on this snake side. That's the most potent way to make it work over here.
And especially with Thomas, you know, like Thomas gets in that snake, and he's been playing this for a gazillion years. I'm surprised he didn't check off first down that snake side when he got in there. That's not usually like him, but hey, that's how the snake's been playing all weekend.
Yeah, he lost LJ Parrish on the break going out to that snake corner, so he was over there by himself from the beginning. He had Rodarte behind him, but too far away as Chad George crossed the 50. Came all the way down to his side. But with Thomas Taylor in the snake, I mean, he's definitely dangerous over there. He can make things happen. Chad George, always got to keep an eye on him. It's one of those things where you see Chad George line up on that side of the field. Until he walks off, you have to keep track of him.
Yeah, Chad George in the running for overall MVP. We're going to see who's going to step up today to win that. Not an acknowledgement of greatness. And off the break now, very quick and getting here in Tampa Bay Damage. Floods a body. Dan Holiday is going to lose a gunfight, but Cortez at the 50-yard line here. Snake side now past the 50. Body coming off for TMG, or DMG is. And then it looks like Kim going to take the walk.
Bodies are just flying off the field everywhere.
Yeah,
it looks like it's a 3-on-3 now.
It is 3-on-3. Rab is Hallberg and Kim come off for DMG, and Holiday and Cortez for Tampa Bay Damage.
Tim Montressor flooding out here this snake side.
Tim ended up in that little cake. He's going to jump into the snake insert. DMG has 2 bodies over here in the snake, 1 in the 50. Shane Howe's now going to come to the snake on the outside. Montressor in the snake insert, looking for an opportunity to come. Shane Howe watching the wire. Montressor going to give up his spot. I think Shane Howe picked up where he is now. Jason Edwards still alive in the can.
This is that flood bodies through game plan that we've seen work point after point after point, game after game, as Brustleback and Howe, even with the 2 bodies come off, still flooding bodies towards this important snake side of the field. Points can absolutely be won on that D side if you have not caught any of the prelim games. The way this field's playing out, it's definitely a snake side, strong side, but then Shane Howe can shot out by Tim Montressor. Beautiful shot by Tim to win that gunfight.
You can't get caught like that, man. Just sneaking around.
It forces Brustleback to tactically retreat. Now he's still looking to go back another bunker, and he's just actually going to come around and get to the outside of the snake 1 position. That D side, though, is also real strong. It's not just the snake. And D side, we've seen point after point being stolen over there, too, with aggressive attacks and secondary moves. Now, Russell back past the 50-yard line. He's
trying to get a look over there at Jason on that Dorito side.
He's being very proactive here in the snake.
Yeah, I think Jacob is over there in the shadows.
Yeah, he is.
Can't quite see him right now. Russellback looks like he wants to make a move. He just got one body over there on the Dorito side, trying to stay alive in Jason Edwards' mirror. That Dorito side can. Tim could probably come clear out Russellback and then just play the 2-on-1 game, which I think is what he wants to do. But oh, it looks like Russellback's going to get maybe a bounce shot. He was completely tucked in.
Yeah, where does he get shot
from? Here comes Jason trying to finish up last player.
DMG needs to find a way to answer. 2 points in a row for Tampa Bay Damage. Their survivability was an issue there. They lost too many bodies out of their spots. They lost Shane out of here, and also Russellback as he was trying to explore on the snake side of the field. And where did he get shot from?
I don't know. He had his face down in the ground.
Jacob on the other side.
Yeah.
So now Heat's going to come out to play their next point against Los Angeles Infamous. You can see, hopefully you got your picks in. Get your picks in right now, Sunday Club, as we got a MacDev Prime for first place. Some push gear as well, too. We got a goggle and a backpack. This game is brought to you by Push Paintball. Making some amazing products. I actually use the push goggle myself when I play. Tampa Bay Damage, favorite, and rightfully so, as Tampa Bay Damage. It hasn't been their best year. They have made Sunday, but coming in ranked 3rd place from last year.
They just haven't been able to put it together on Sunday and just get it done. But like you said, they started off a little slow, and they put it on their last 3 games, and they're still playing great here in this 4th game. And the winner of this match plays Red Legion, correct?
Yes. So the Russians are waiting. Well, the winner of Heat. The Heat Infamous match plays Iron Man, but the winner of Damage and DMG is going to. Yes, you're right, Rab. Does play the Russians. You can see the Push Unite goggle. That's the actually the Infamous Signature Series goggle. Crystal Sawyer, Brian Mini, I'm still waiting for mine to be sent to me in the mail. Rab also.
Keep waiting.
Well, Rab also, talking about that Vanquish last time.
Keep
We're
waiting.
talking about FanWagon products. Rab said he's going to send me one.
Tell you what, after I get off here, I'll walk over there and grab you one and bring it back.
I love it. Yeah, you can let me show it off up here, too. I'm just going to take it home with me. 13:34 to go. On the breakout, and it looks like into the snake insert for Thomas Taylor. So Thomas has gone back and forth. You can see he's there on your screen with Parrish. Thomas has also played that D side a lot too. But Todd, versatility with your lineup is important out here. It just makes you hard to scout.
Yeah, I mean, you keep running 2 bodies out to this side, both teams, but they're running to different spots, trying to give different looks. Drew Templeton, first body to walk off, is going to come off that Dorito side. So Infamous is definitely going to want to try and make something happen pretty quick over here, as Houston Heat now is wrapping super hard on that Dorito 1, putting the pressure on Mikowski and Rodarte in the back center spots for Infamous. Sam Monville, Chad George, Ryan Moorhead, Konstantin Fedorov, and Ronnie Dizon, as there goes Cody Mikowski.
So Infamous have lost 2 players on the Dorito side, and they just lose another player, so it's 3 bodies missing on that Dorito side. Expect Travis here to hit that button here shortly. 5-on-2.
And Moorhead is now on Infamous' side of the field. Houston Heat starting to stack up bodies over here. Sam Monville filling out to the snake side corner.
And here comes Ryan Moorhead. He's going to come up and just dominate, get the shot in on Thomas. Then Thomas is going to get shot in the back of the head. And I get his bell rung a little bit there, shaking it off. Looked like Ryan was asking for a penalty on Thomas, didn't get it. Parrish still alive, back corner bunker, and here comes Konstantin Fedorov flying up on that D side of the field. Infamous forced to concede the point. Heat looking pretty solid through 2 so far. Still got some time left though. So Todd, you have to play one of these 2 teams. What are you looking at right now?
Same thing, been watching all event.
Everything.
You know?
Everything. That was bad.
Well, we're in the pits right now with Houston Heat. Let's listen in.
I was being serious. One of this, that's unbelievable. Could you get my mask on? Oh, thank you.
Who needs what?
I fucking bumped through the 20. He was not even looking at me. I pull out my gun at the 1. He shoots me. And they call us both out.
So Ryan a little angry at that trade there, as he caught a face full.
And that's where when it was 5-on-2, I thought they would have called a little bit faster to prevent your buddies getting lumped.
Yep.
Todd, what would have you done? Would you let your guys get lumped, or would you have hit it?
I'd have hit it for sure.
All right, so 5 alive, both squads here. DMG and Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, good break for both squads. Better field position currently for DMG.
DMG needed to be able to get out here with all 5 bodies alive. Past 2 points, they've dropped one on the break. Gone down early. They were the ones that were shooting bodies early on the break all throughout the prelims.
Oh, Damage goes in the snake. Stays a little bit too high, gets hit in the head. Looks like Holiday. So DMG still heavy on the snake side. Another Tampa Bay Damage player getting hit. Looks like Tim Montroses.
Yeah, so 2 bodies have come off for Damage with Montresor and Holiday. 3 players left alive still for Tampa Bay, but they're in the back bunkers. D1 and back Aztec. Much more dominant field position and a 2-body advantage for DMG, trying to put their first point on the board. This is a good comeback point for them right now. 9 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Want to keep this one close, but they lose a body out of their backfield in a gunfight.
But it looks like Jason Edwards comes off too. So just 2 players left alive. I think that's Jacob in the Dorito 1 and Chad Bougere in the Dorito can, as Brusselback's going to come to the edge of the snake to try and get Jacob. Jacob's going to ask for a check. He's still alive. Chad Bougere is going to fill across. Ooh, almost put one on Brusselback.
Oh,
but then Shane Howe
takes out Jacob.
That's going to do it. DMG putting their first point on the board here. Sunday's competition here at the World Cup. Keeping this one close. It's going to be a 2-1 game. 8 minutes, 20, probably, I don't know, 8:15 left by the time they get into that buzzer. Not in a hurry, as there's time to work with, and this game is very close. So you can see the statistics here for the top 5 killers. Sacramento DMG in the prelims, and no surprise, Tim Brusselback, Shane Howe over here on the snake side, very consistent. Thomas Kim had some huge points on that D side as their main attacker. Halberg up the center, and Wyatt also getting some spins and getting some production as well too. But I really like what we've been seeing out of Brusselback and Howe here in the snake, and Thomas Kim on that D side. Those 3 players really helped DMG get into Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, first couple points, you saw Kim walk off early. That time he's able to make it out, and DMG able to score a point.
10 seconds.
Infamous, they're going to need somebody to step up here. They are down 2-0, don't want to go down 3-0.
They need to find a way to stay alive on the break.
Looks like Thomas got clipped.
They lose 2 on the break, so.
Yeah, Templeton coming off as well too. Not a good break here for Infamous, is struggling against Houston Heat. He's not able to shoot any bodies either, so 5 bodies alive for Heat.
And they lose another player in the corner. Cody Mikowski's walking off on that Dorito side, so 2 players from Infamous, and again, it's 5-on-2.
Parrish is still alive, trying to fight. He's over here on the snake side in the snake insert bunker. But Fedorov and Ronnie Dizon are flying down that Dorito side right now. Fedorov takes one from across the field, but I think Parrish and Rodarte are both going to get clipped.
And this is another quick point with Heat. And Infamous just needs to find a way to keep 5 guys alive. And they're losing 1 and 2 on the break every point. You have no chance.
Yeah,
if you don't find that way.
It's real hard to play paintball 3-on-5.
Especially if it's Drew Templeton. Drew Templeton's gotten shot going to the Dorito. Or he went to the corner last one and got shot. Went to the Dorito one before that and got shot. And having Drew alive over there, moving up that Dorito side, putting pressure is what allows these snake players to have a little more freedom. But when the first attacker over there gets shot and it's just Cody Mikowski in the can, then it makes it really tough. Here's your top 5 killers right now for Houston Heat. Ryan Moorhead with 25 on the weekend. A lot of those up close and personal. Ronnie Dizon, 14. Fedorov, 14. Chad George, 13. And Sam Monville with that Mississippi Mohawk. Mississippi mud flap, sorry.
All right.
On the board as well.
Up, Brusselback is eliminated. That's not what you want for DMG, but they go right into the snake. But here comes Holiday right in there, so we're going to see these guys.
Well, Holiday's going to try to listen for that gun, but he hasn't shot yet for DMG. But you can see the battle developing on your screen here in the snake at the 50-yard line. Neither player shooting their gun until they need to, and then Holiday hears the communication, comes around and gets that shot and clears out his man as Shane Howe was just posted up. And this is that staggered attack here on the snake side. Is Cortez is in perfect position to get in after that move from his teammate Dan Holiday. And now he's into snake 1, trying to get an angle on that back corner bunker, and now he jumps on over the berm of the snake into that inside part of the snake and goes right into the snake 50. So really like what we're seeing out of Cortez the past couple games. If Damage wants to go deep into the tournament here today, they're going to need Silos Cortez to do exactly what he's doing right now. He gets that crossfield kill, and then Jacob launches and gets to the 50-yard line on the D side.
And just one body over here on the snake side. And he's probably going to get bunkered by Silos Cortez right here. Nope, he's going to pop up just in time to trade out. So Damage, the bodies over here on the snake side getting it done. DMG unable to play with the advantages like they were yesterday, not shooting bodies on the break today like they were throughout the prelims.
And losing Brusselback as G1 did not help their attack here in the snake, and obviously he's leading the team with the elimination. So you gotta get those. You gotta keep him on the field and get those kills.
Look, man, the snake side is crucial. We're in the pits here with Damage. There's Holiday and Cortez. You can see Cortez doing a good job. Got off to a little bit of a slow start for them, but really picked it up. They need that young man to play well if they want to go deep into the tournament and have a chance to win this event. And he's doing great so far today. Jacob Edwards on that D side. Looks like a timeout has been called. Let's listen in real quick.
Hey guys, listen up. I need Jason, Jake, Chad, Tim, and Silos.
Jason, Jake, Chad, and Silos.
No, dude, listen. You play team.
Like I said, Dan, too.
Sounds like a boy band.
If we're doing 3 snake side, then we just do what we did.
We are in Orlando.
This is the Tampa Bay Tenors. Yeah, we are in Orlando, the home of the boy bands.
Seriously.
That's fine, Dr. We'll just keep it that line. Okay. Hey, so it's the same line again. It's be Jason, Jake, Chad, or Jason, Jake, Silos, Holiday, Tim.
Hey, the only thing they're pushing, they're going snake 1 delta and then retreating from the delta. Okay? So if we call that, make sure you killed the wide guy.
So Silos is asking for info. If I was a snake 1, let's look at this replay. You see Holiday coming through, getting a shot on Shane, being the aggressor. Cortez was able to get in right after that and start to put DMG on their heels, and there goes Silos Cortez launching his attack. But it does not surprise me that anyone over here, when they're in the pit saying like, hey, basically spaces and like any information you give me is going to be good, because I don't exactly know where those guys are at in front of me all the time, because this is that wild, crazy snake. So please help me out.
Yeah. And it's madness. Like, if you're sitting up here, it looks all, oh, yeah, you can see the guy over here. You go in that snake, and it's just like a big, giant, inflatable jump. You have no idea what's going on.
When you get down to, I'm sure everyone that's been playing this field here at Cup that's watching right now understands, but if you've been watching at home, yeah, it's really easy to lose guys in there. And it's same on the other side, too, because these moves are happening so quick, and you see these guys getting in, doing little baby tactical retreats, and then retaking those positions, and those little bumps. And if you catch those flashes as you're shooting over there, you don't know if there's two guys in there, if there's one guy in there. And so it's been tough. And we've seen point after point in the prelims where one guy will come in and another guy will go around. They have no idea that they're each one of them are there.
And as the tournament's going on, you're getting lumped up. You tend not to maybe want to go back in there just so fast.
Yeah,
everyone's getting tenderized. I was talking to Tim Montresor about practice. He's like, I've been playing this game forever, and the practice, the level of bunkering that was happening in the snake was just ridiculous. He's like, I was sitting afterwards in the shower, it's like, oh, what am I doing?
Why am I here?
So Houston Heat losing 2 bodies on the break, and Infamous still has 5 alive, so we talked about that. They got to find a way to stay alive. 5 alive for Infamous. Eliminated 2 Houston Heat players. Mishka's walking off. And Infamous now into the Snake 1.
Kill count leaders for this match. Chad George leading the pack with 5. Better off up there with 2. Houston Heat, though, playing on their heels a bit with this 3-0 lead. Infamous, 2 bodies in the snake. See if they can do something with it. We haven't seen much out of Parrish yet. We now see he's alive right now and past the 50-yard line, though, Todd.
Infamous has switched Thomas Taylor over to that Dorito side to see if they can try and get a body out there and keep Drew alive as he came to that can. He's now playing. He's going to come to the inside, go to the forward Dorito. So Infamous with a little bit of a switch in game plan right now with 10 minutes on the clock. Down 3-0, but lots of time on a fast field. And I think Thomas Taylor may have gotten a kill heads up on, I think that's Nico Hyde who tried to make a move into the Dorito. Devin Stewart, he's going to back up and get shot.
And that's it. All 5 alive for Infamous on this point.
That's the point they needed, guys, with a minute or 9:18 on the clock.
3-0 swing point that we constantly talk about. Don't want to go down 4-0 here, so it's 3-1 now. Plenty, like Todd just said, over 9 minutes left, plenty of time.
We'll see if they can do that 2 points in a row, pull it into a 1-point game here. But beautiful point. See the infamous top 5 killers here for the weekend. Rodarte, Minkowski. Rodarte's been real consistent here, snake side, as he's been willing to attack and hanging in there tough and making some moves. Parrish as well, too, even though he got off to a little bit of a slow start. But the guy that's had the big moments is Cody Minkowski. He had multiple huge moments for them, a couple big run-throughs, and also a crucial one-on-one. And he just seems to always be alive and in the right spot and making the correct secondary moves to back up his front players and clean points out. Tampa Bay Damage now up by 2 on DMG, 6:34 to go. On the breakout, both teams sent a body into that snake. Montresor, and then here comes the move, and it's Cortez.
He got him. He got him with the throw the pot at the bunker trick. I can't believe that worked.
People have been trying it all week long.
And it finally works.
We've been waiting for that.
So explain it, Todd.
So Brustleback dove into the inside wing, and Cortez went into the 50. And so Brustleback threw the pod at the 50, and then Cortez saw the bunker move, came around to get him, and Brustleback was just sitting there and just torched him as he came around.
Crafty play. Unfortunately for DMG, they lose 2 bodies on their D side. So no one on that side of the field, even though Brustleback, somebody finally made it work. People have been trying that for the past 3 days here and there, and he suckered him into the trap.
Yeah.
But like you said, they lose their 2 players on that Dorito side, so let's see what they can muster up here. Down 3-1.
Well, this has kind of been the problem for DMG, is they now lose another gunfight. So they'll have 1 or 2 guys make a good move and look really good on one side of the field, and then they'll lose their other side. And it's just been hard for them to get their whole attack on the same page this year, which is why they haven't made Sunday yet, even though they have had some 2-2 performances. They did make it through in a 2-2 performance in the prelims because they had such huge wins over Aftershock and Elevation yesterday. So they had a real awesome point spread and 2 wins. in the end of the prelims.
Too many gunfight deaths here right now. Tim Montresor looking to make a move on the inside, as he's going to trade out with Brusselback.
No, nope. Tim's still alive.
Tim's still alive, yeah.
Well, DMG, even though they still have a little bit of time left, now down by 3 points, and they're going to need to answer back here in this next point. So let's look at this replay. So Brusselback dives into Snake 1. He actually chills right at the beam of the Snake. Now watch for him to throw the pod. Throws the pod. You see the bunker move. Cortez gets suckered into the trap and comes around and air bunkers the 50 and then gets stitched up. So crafty play there by Brusselback. But unfortunately for him, 2 bodies drop on that D side of the field, allows Damage to take control. And then here comes a move by Tim Montresor. Must have got bounced.
10 seconds.
Because he didn't have a hit on him, so he kept playing.
Well, it's Sunday. At least we finally got to see that play work.
Yeah. Todd was like, I can't believe it worked. You think Spick is going to try that now?
I hope not.
All right, so just to meet Infamous. Ryan Moorhead straight into the Snake 50, and there's 5 live vote. But as they say that, Chad George gets taken out of the Snake corner.
All the divisional teams that are watching right now are going to be trying that.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be
the next defense gets it worked. Finally, and if you are watching right now, thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure to head on over to GoSports.com here, as we are at the World Cup, the biggest event ever. And again, here at Go Sports, we are trying to do all we can to help elevate the sport, but we need your help to do it. So please sign up. Now, looks like Ryan Moorhead's at the 50-yard line here for Houston Heat. They have a 2-point lead on Infamous, and a decent amount of time left, though. 8:38 to go.
Parrish here in the Snake insert. Rodarte heads up at the forward temple. Mikowski going to fill out to the Snake corner. So Infamous going heavy guns over here. As just Ryan Moorhead, they know they have an advantage on this side. Moorhead's going to back up and look across the field. On the inside of the Snake, Monville's going to be able to fill out to the corner to help protect Moorhead. Moorhead's watching that Dorito side. Konstantin Fedorov in that Dorito can, shooting towards the Snake side to help protect Ryan Moorhead. Rodarte filling up into the big brick on the Snake side. Still lots of time on the clock, just under 8 minutes. Infamous with a 1-body advantage.
The move's going to be, Infamous is going to have to get on their bellies and start crawling towards Moorhead if they want to get him out of there.
Yeah, they don't need...
And they've got 3 bodies over here,
They have 3 bodies. There's a lot of time to work with, so Infamous, even though they have the advantage, no need to throw any bodies away by playing extra reckless and aggressive, because you need 2 points.
And look at this, Moorhead's backing up, trying to bait him in.
Just love what I'm seeing out of Ryan Moorhead here at the World Cup. He's played so consistent on the attack, on a side of the field that it's really hard to play consistent on. Moorhead there on your screen at that brick, gunned up. There goes Parrish. Parrish gets into the Snake, so 2 players for Infamous here side by side at the Snake 1.
Takes out Parrish right to the dome.
See, and if Thomas Taylor would have just gone and cleared out Moorhead, they'd have had the whole Snake to themselves. Parrish had been in there with Mikowski behind him.
And that was...
But instead of trying to get crafty in there, you got to play the numbers game.
Yeah, you have the numbers. You got to go get them out and keep your guys behind you. Let them do their job.
Well, and that's the shot you have to worry about from Snake 1, is from the brick if he stands up tall. And Moorhead knows that shot. He's been playing the side of the field all weekend long and playing it well. And that's also something Parrish should know, too. So, but that's that tough thing over here, because it's really hard to know exactly where the guys are. But yeah, Todd, I definitely agree with you.
This is, again, like I like to call one of those cliff diver Snake sides, you know. You're either grand champion or stuff on a rock, right?
Yeah. It's treacherous over here. Mikowski, strange. Mikowski's still alive. Haven't seen too many early deaths out of Cody at all this weekend. Oh, Rodarte. Did Rodarte just get caught?
Bounced.
No, bounced.
And now they know where he is, too. I wouldn't be surprised if Moorhead goes and stuffs him right now. But here comes the attack to the 50. Dorito by Infamous. There's Rodarte's chance. Oh, he doesn't take it.
What he's going to do with his gunner's loader is giving him problems, so now he does a little tactical retreat. but they lose Thomas Taylor on that Dorito side 50.
Tough death for Thomas over there. As it looks like Infamous might have had a chance to steal this point. I mean, they're still looking at 4 bodies for Heat, but they had position, the 50 in the Snake and the 50 on the D side. But Thomas taking that walk. Now it's a 3-on-4 situation. And here, Todd, just like you said, Ryan Moorhead's going to come through, try to bunker out Rodarte. Didn't get him, though, as Rodarte had tactically retreated, but ends up getting his shot, and then he's going to get shot cross field.
Yep, but Mikowski and Drew are still alive, but they're looking at 3 Houston Heat bodies. And Fedorov has moved out to that Dorito side corner. Dizon now coming up to the inside Dorito. Drew Templeton on the attack. He's going to try and make something happen here. He's coming to get Ronnie. He gets Ronnie, but then gets torn apart by Fedorov. It's going to be a 1-on-2.
Fedorov, smart move, stays alive over there on the attack from Drew. And that was a risky play, running into 2 guns that way. But hey, got to make it happen sometimes. You can see here in the split screen in the pits, and looks like that is going to do it. Cody Mikowski was the last player left alive. And it's like Fedorov looking over at Infamous and doing the neck throat cut chop there.
Oh, he Nicky Cubed him.
Yeah, he did. He did the wave to the throat chop, or the throat cut.
We saw that yesterday in the North American Championships a little, remember? It was 2-0.
We did.
They did the bye wave, and then
When you roll the clip up to Seattle, it made my life so hard,
then the wave. They ran 4 points in a row, and they said,
No.
right
Yeah, they did.
Bye them.
That's why you don't talk it. That's why you
do
don't
that
start
when you have a
talking
big lead in a little bit of time.
We're in the pits right here with Los Angeles Infamous. Pretty decent underdog here to Houston Heat on the fantasy paintball picks. My fan wagon. See 73% to 27.
All right. Damage. Who's a player on the Snake side? Looks like it's Cortez. DMG's at 5 alive. Down 4-1. 4:26 left in this match, Todd. Russellback's in the Snake.
Yeah.
They need some big things from him here right now.
There's a decent amount of time, about to hit the 4-minute mark. But DMG is going to have to score these points quick. They shot Cortez on the break, and they have the body advantage. But saw this before, they got to capitalize quick. They can't sit and wait, try and pick out bodies. Playing that game, they've gotten shot out of their spots a lot. They need to go, make big moves quick. Brusselback, if he can get Dan Holiday right here, who has no idea where he is, as he does.
Nice
Right
shot by Brusselback.
Yeah, and then he needs to make quick work of Montresor to get a quick point, but Montresor is going to get sacked from across the field.
That's 2 sacks in a row. Oh man, looks like both Tim and Holiday getting shot in the man parts there.
Yeah, a little mustard on the hot dog.
One body left alive in his T1 over there's Chad Boucher Bougere gets picked out. Nice point here by DMG to keep this one close. So they still have a chance. Down by 2, they need to sprint in and
little over three minutes left in this match. Plenty of time.
Down by 2 now.
Yeah, yesterday in the afternoon, Todd, we had the North American Championships where all the regional leagues duked it out. UPL, MSXL, Ontario Paintball League, EPL, USXPL, MVPS. It was pretty sweet, man.
So who ended up being the champions?
The Dead Rabbits beat DSO and D4.
Oh, DSO, come on.
DSO got, what was that movement where Bart's going down the Snake? Took one to the back of the head. He evil-eyed his player off the field, and I think he evil-eyed him to not play well for the rest of the match. He's feeling pretty bad about that. Sure.
So congrats to the Dead Rabbits.
Dead Rabbits won, and then UPL was Las Vegas, LVPP.
LVP took down Phenomenon. Oh, man.
And then the Chubby Chasers played Take Notes.
And Take Notes took it, though.
Yeah, and they won. So it was a great start to the North American Championships. So.
Nice.
3-point spread, 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go on the split screen breakout. Into the Snake goes Chad George here for Houston Heat. 5 bodies alive for both teams. Good break. Let's see if Infamous can try to mount a comeback here. They need some aggression. They need some consistent guys to stay alive here on their attacks. go with a rather conservative breakout. And Heat, even though they have a 3-point advantage, pushing into the snake real quick.
Here comes Rodarte up to that big brick to help out Parrish. Mikowski behind him. Drew Templeton and Thomas Taylor still over on that Dorito side. But Houston Heat with both bodies alive. On the snake side, just going to pound paint and force Infamous to have to come into guns. 3:30 on the clock. Chad George looked like he might be having some sort of gun issue. Probably just forgot to turn his air on. I'm just kidding. Still trying to figure out his gun, though. He's sitting in snake 1. Parrish is posted down the line on him. Moorhead's in the big brick, heads up. Fedorov is just sitting in Dorito 1, shooting across the field. Monville and Mikowski make the same move at the same time.
So again, 3
out here in the snake corner.
3 Infamous players on the snake side, and Infamous is down 3 points with 2:53 left. They really need to find a way to start pushing this.
Yeah,
they're going to have to do it through the snake somehow.
This is one of the longest points we've seen here today with 5-on-5. As Heat just burning clock off by taking that ground. That's the correct way.
He almost bunkered Chad.
Yeah. Chad George.
It gets crazy in the snake, man.
He just freaked out Ryan Moorhead as he came back real quick to come to the inside.
But here comes the aggressive moves. Rodarte comes through, stabs Chad George. Thinking maybe there was a body at the 50. There goes Ryan Moorhead. He moves up. And here comes Parrish. Parrish is going to also run through. He stitches up Ryan Moorhead, and does he stay alive? The ref is going to get in there and check out Parrish as Konstantin Fedorov sees the bloodbath go down on the snake side. Fedorov able to get to the can. Parrish dies, and then here comes Mikowski past the 50-yard line, but he gets clipped by Fedorov. And now going to have a minor penalty. That's going to take out Thomas Taylor. There still is a body left alive, though. Fedorov is, and then here comes Drew Templeton trying to save this one. Konstantin Fedorov looks like he's still alive. He's about to get diced up. You got to be careful not to get a penalty himself, but it looks like Drew Templeton, with 1 minute and 48 seconds left, is going to make this one interesting here.
Wow. 5 guys walk off all at the same time in about 5 seconds. And then 5 seconds after that, 4 more bodies walk off. Just Drew Templeton alive there at the very end as he intelligently does not wait for the referee to make a move on Fedorov. Fedorov's trying to check and see if he's clean. Drew Templeton just launches to make sure to go put paint on him.
And he definitely put some paint on him.
I love the layouts the past 3 events. When the action starts to break down, I feel like we're calling hockey.
It's just
because
like
it's
everyone's
just
pulling
so
out hammers
fast.
and just one to the head, one to the head.
Yeah.
Felt like Rodarte just ran through and just smashed the bunker and just caused everybody. When something explodes, everybody just stands up and starts blazing everywhere. It's just like like a gun turret,
like a Rambo movie.
Bodies like a slow motion Rambo action scene, and then just bodies walk off. People are getting chopped in half,
covered in paint, holding their necks.
Yeah.
That's why this has been a real fun field to watch.
It looks like Tim Manchester gets taken out in the break. Brusselback's going right in the snake 50.
Well, DMG is...
And he gets taken out.
DMG down by 2 here. Yeah, Brusselback trying to extend. He saw the death. Montressor in front of him try to get into the snake. They need 2 points to tie with under 3 minutes to go. 2:52 on the clock. Looking on your screen at Dan Holiday looking across the field.
Shane Howe down snake side. They need to keep that pressure on Holiday. Get in that snake and see what they can do. It's 4-on-4. Damage has got a 1-point lead, 2-point lead. 2:30 left in this match.
If DMG can score a quick one, they can make this a game. But they got to come quick. They're in both 50s. 3 bodies across the 50-yard line for DMG. Thomas Kim in that can, put pressure on the Dorito side so they can't go. And there goes Holiday getting shot from the 50 Dorito. Shane Howe now past the 50. If he can get one of these kills, he can open the door for DMG. 2 minutes on the clock.
Trying to make it happen. Ditchikov in the snake here.
Damage loses 2 players. They lose Jason and it looks like Chad.
And here comes the attack with Thomas Kim as he's off to the races on the D side of the field and waves off the rest of his team. He's going to get in there and hit the buzzer. He must have been untouched. Didn't even ask for a check from one of his teammates. He knows that they need all the time possible on the clock. But making this one real interesting here. Now only down by 1. As Tampa Bay Damage is not able to hold on in that last point. And Again, big shout out to one of our sponsors here, Go Sports Push, and their Unite goggle. You can see the infamous signature series one with the skull face on the faceplate right there. Big fan of the Push goggles. I use the Push goggle myself when I play, and head on over to pushpaintball.com. Also going to be giving away a Push goggle here in the Sunday Club for my fan wagon. Also a backpack too, so hopefully you guys got your picks in. Or you can also go say hi to Brian Benini and Crystal Soya. Over at their booth here.
Crystal Soya.
I mean, none of us are really skinny anymore. I mean, Rab, you've been keeping really good care of yourself, so you can probably talk the most smack out of all of us.
Just a little bit.
Well,
he's been giving it to you for so long.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Chris and JR get it.
Rab's been waiting for that one.
I've been waiting for 10 years. I drove in, I saw him with the shirt off. I was like, dear Lord, you're going to scare the whole community here. Don't do that.
So a minute and 28 seconds left to go here. Can Infamous, they have a body with Parrish and Thomas Taylor too in the snake and past the 50-yard line. They're trying to score a quick one here to keep this one close. Need two to tie. Thomas Taylor doing a great job of blowing this one open. We're going to see a minor penalty assessed on Konstantin Fedorov, but here comes Chad George is trying to save it. He gets diced up by Parrish and Rodarte. Nice job by Thomas Taylor blowing this one open here for Infamous.
Thomas Taylor is ready to play. It's a one-point game now. Thomas Taylor pulls out the Nicky Cuba throat slash. As they are now within one. Yeah, everybody's getting their necks chopped off here this weekend. Nobody's going to have any necks left by Sunday afternoon.
Damn. As we're approaching Thanksgiving.
Seriously. The turkeys are in trouble.
So here's Thomas Taylor. As Thomas Taylor launches, and he goes right into that insert bunker and starts shooting cross field, gets a shot on Fedorov. Fedorov gets the penalty. And then you see Chad George try to do some sort of damage control, but Parrish had Thomas's back. And just a beautiful job on the attack for Los Angeles Infamous. And there's Thomas Taylor in the pits. Let's listen in.
After. Yes. They're on the field. Yeah.
Another one-point game here, minute and 48 seconds. Damage on your right, trying to preserve their lead. See what happens here on the break. No bodies come off for either squad. It is a 5-on-5 situation.
I think Jacob took a bounce going out to that Dorito corner, but he's in there alive. And that would have been a huge kill for DMG. But
Russellback is here in the snake.
All five, yeah. All five on both sides. 1:20 on the clock, 1-point game. Both these teams making it interesting here at the end. Damage. Oh, Jacob Edwards takes one in the leg. He comes walking off it out of that Dorito corner. I think Shane Howell got him from this big brick on the inside. Cortez going to bail back to the snake from the small cake. Snake corner, 60 seconds. There it is.
60 seconds. And this is where your DMG, you got to get down this. You got to be at the halfway point.
DMG,
there they go.
They have the one body advantage, and they're loading up for the attack. They do not have a lot of time to work with. Now down to 50 seconds, and they don't have anyone at the 50-yard line. Now Thomas Kim, he starts his move. He makes it up there, but a body drops as
40 seconds left. They got to get going.
And I think I just saw Jacob Edwards come off too. Yeah, 35 seconds left to go, and here comes Shane Howell. A minor penalty assessed, and that looks like Russellback just throws his pod into the ground and doesn't even flinch as a couple bonus balls hit him. Shane Howell also dies on the attack. Thomas Kim launches. He gets shot out, and the bodies are dropping everywhere from DMG. I think they only have one body left alive, so Damage able to bend but not break here, as it looks like they are going to punch their ticket to move on to the quarterfinals. We'll see if they can close it out. And it looks like it might be a one-on-one, but there's not enough time left.
Now we got Tim Montresor over here. That was a 3-on-1.
3-on-1 situation.
Hey, everything was looking great till that penalty, and that was it.
Yeah, penalty killed him. Was the penalty on Hallberg or Howe?
I think it was on Howe, and they pulled Hallberg.
So Damage is going to win this wild card match and move on to play the Russian Legion. And we're in with the frustrated Sacramento DMG. They left it all out there, though.
They did. And for them, that's the way you want to end your season. You jumped up in the Pro League, you moved each tournament, you got a little bit better, and you ended at World Cup playing Sunday in a close match.
They didn't look bad.
They didn't look bad at all, man. Heads up to those guys.
Future is definitely bright for Sacramento DMG if they can keep that lineup together.
Here we go with another 1-point game. 1:05 on the clock. Parrish tries to make a move right away, expecting to see Ryan Moorhead. Moorhead pulls up short and rips him apart. So quick body getting thrown away for Infamous there.
Rodarte did the 50 though, Todd.
Yes, let's see if Rodarte can get a kill here. Chad George in that small cake. Oh, looks like Sam Monville took one in the head, but that may have bounced. Referee going to run in and check him.
Here comes Thomas Taylor.
He's good, so he did get bounced. Thomas Taylor dives past the 50, and he is trying to live by his gun and run through.
Oh, Ryan Moorhead is playing with a hit.
We're going to see a major penalty assessed on Houston Heat. 2 majors go in the air. That's going to be a swing point immediately and tie the game as Thomas Taylor finds a way to make it happen for Los Angeles Infamous. 2 points in a row. Ryan Moorhead is flipping out right now and talking to the referees. They're not listening to his
get him in here, get him turned.
And we have ourselves a tie game.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to say this just because I didn't think it was gonna happen. But when it was 4-1 last night, Damian Ryan was like, "I'll bet you Infamous wins 5-4."
No way.
Last night, yeah.
No way.
He's like, "I don't know why. I just think Infamous is gonna win. It's gonna be 5-4."
So you're telling me Damian Ryan has been psychic this whole time and he didn't tell us?
No, I think he maybe just, maybe pulled it out of
if
somewhere.
If you're a warlock, you have to tell us.
I don't know how that guy
can't keep that secret.
Like
well,
that.
we did realize that he looks like a young Doc Brown from Back to the Future, so he may have the magazine with all the scores in it.
He's got the Sporting Digest from 2018.
They throw the major there.
Yes,
Ryan still hasn't left the field.
Yes, yeah,
and he continues to shoot.
So here's it from the opposite side. Thomas Taylor launches. He shoots Ryan Moorhead. Ryan Moorhead has no idea he has that hit on his loader, or he would not be continuing to shoot. And you can see there as Infamous is just pumped up in the pits, realizing they still have a chance as the game is now tied.
Got her.
Let's listen in real quick.
Watch out, never mind.
1 minute.
Go for it, buddy.
We got a penalty on number 85. He eliminating player with a hopper hit.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we saw. As you see, saw Ryan Moorhead take that loader hit and must have not known it. There's no way Ryan Moorhead, as well as he's been playing, as long as he's been playing, is just going to continue to blaze Thomas Taylor with a giant beacon on the top of his loader, which is what happened.
Not when there's 4 refs standing right here, a lot of cameras.
Yeah, so we're in the pits right now with Infamous as a timeout is being called as they're trying to figure out what play they're going to run. I don't know, what would you go with, Todd?
I'd go with not doing the neck carving anymore until the game's over.
We got some neck slashes on both sides, though, right?
There's been a little bit of neck slashing going on for the past couple days here. And, man, I don't know if anyone... I hope that...
And then fucking get something.
I hope we get to see... Well, I don't know. It would be interesting if we get to see X Factor play Heat again. There was a little altercation, as I'm sure everyone saw it on the video that we posted, but... You're looking at the match stats here on your screen is Chad George and Ryan Moorhead with 5 apiece and Fedorov with 4. Rodarte and Drew Templeton. Thomas Taylor can't be that far behind. And they are coming out to play.
Sean, give me a call.
The next point here as we're going to jump into, with 21 seconds left, 1 more point to play here in regulation time before we head to an overtime period. So
will Houston Heat start with 4 or 5? Because I saw 2 flags go up. I just don't know how many bodies were left.
They're starting with 4. Yeah, so 4 bodies out here.
Oh,
so
wow.
This is obviously an advantage. It's 20% of the firepower gone, but only 21 seconds left to go. See if he can hold on. If Infamous can shoot a body or 2 off the break somehow, they have a chance to steal this game at the very end. It's going to be tight, but it's definitely possible. We've seen it before.
That's why they call this the wild card game, Manny. You never know what's going to happen.
Here we go. As Infamous takes a huge bite all the way to break.
Fedorov is all the way to 50.
Oh, and Fedorov gets 1. Does he get 2?
And And then here comes Parrish. Parrish is still alive, though. Parrish is trying to cut through the center of the field, but he gets chopped to pieces. Chad George then is also going to launch, but time is about to expire, and we are going to head to an overtime point.
Oh, my God. Konstantin Fedorov.
He did that yesterday against X Factor, too, when they switched him over there, so.
Wow. Overtime. I love it.
Another overtime. We saw 4 yesterday.
Once these guys are ready and clean, bring them.
1 today. I think 2 on Friday and 3 on Thursday.
We played 3 overtime games ourselves.
Yeah, you guys did overtime games.
Seriously.
Hey, pod the fuck up. Pod the fuck up. Overtime.
So he's saying carry a lot of paint out.
Hey, Drew, get my gun. Somebody get my gun, wipe it off.
Parrish. Interesting story with LJ Parrish, Little John, as he got picked up from Chicago Aftershock mid-season, get scouted as Travis Lemansky trying to boot up with some more aggression with aggressive players. So they picked up Parrish. Parrish getting the start here. So really like Parrish. I think Parrish has a bright future here in the pro division. Needs to tighten things up overall a little bit, but he's still real young in his pro career. Now Houston Heat already with the victory this year in Texas. They also won an event overseas in France, 2nd place. Yeah, this is season implications here, because if Houston Heat can find a way to win this overtime point, if they can get on, they're 25 points behind Edmonton Impact. If something happens to Impact, if they get knocked out by San Diego Dynasty, which is not going to be an easy game for them because Dynasty's played outstanding in the prelims.
Correct.
So Impact could very well lose that match. If Dynasty knocks out Impact and Heat can get deep in this tournament, they could steal the series title from Impact.
20 seconds.
And then you can see on your screen that Infamous, a pretty decent underdog here to Houston Heat, so we could see an upset. Or Houston Heat could seal this one up. We will find out, though. It's about to go down. Overtime point here in the wild card match. Throwing 5 minutes on the clock. It's going to come down to the break a lot of times in these overtime points, but it looks we're going to have a clean 5-on-5 break.
And Houston Heat, Houston Heat pulling up short again over here on the snake side to make sure to get both bodies alive. But Rodarte with the first move up here into the snake. Konstantin Fedorov creeping on that Dorito side. He's already in Dorito 3. Big game player right here, now in the 50. But Rodarte is in the snake. Almost picks up Fedorov, standing over. Fedorov's going to retreat.
Yeah, a little tactical retreat back to D4 for Konstantin Fedorov. Here looks like Infamous controlling the snake side a little bit better. Houston Heat does have Chad George at the insert bunker. Ryan Moorhead is going to launch. He's going to get to the brick. Still 5-on-5, 4:06 to go. Parrish behind Rodarte on the snake side, mirrored up with Chad George. Heat does have a body out wide, though, on this side in the back corner bunker. Snake side. And everyone's just talking it up and rolling those guns. Locked into their gunfights, but Rodarte makes a move to the 50-yard line in the snake, and then he's going to tactically retreat back into snake 1. If you're going to do a tactical retreat, though,
don't hit the bunker.
Don't hit the bunker, but I think he has to.
He called it out right away.
But I think he has to. First kill is going to be Parrish. Parrish is the first body to walk off. That's not going to help out Los Angeles Infamous here. Now 4 bodies alive for them. Now Ryan Moorhead is going to try to do the pod toss trick as well, too. Again on Rodarte as they suckered him into it. Or no, that happened in the DMG game.
I think Parrish may have got shot from Fedorov. I'm not sure if he got shot down the line, but Rodarte up here, the closest body to him is Mikowski in the first Snake Temple. As Rodarte is dealing across the field with Fedorov, Monville just staying here on the snake corner, protecting Moorhead on the wire as Chad George in that snake insert is watching across the field for Thomas Taylor. Almost halfway through this overtime point as everybody's just chucking pots at everybody. Yeah, Chad George throws a 60-yard bomb from deep in the pocket at the snake insert
route.
But
I think the pod needs to have a little bit of paint in it, though, if it's going to hit the bunker with enough momentum to move the bunker. Or maybe it's just, that's going to be the new cool thing in 2019 is you use your empties and you just throw your empties at your opponents.
Now we're going to have to make reinforced pods.
So I'm telling you, it worked in that set. So now everyone, since it worked, people are going to keep trying it. Rodarte with another reposition here in the snake as he gets outside into the snake one.
And with 2 minutes left.
I like what the different looks that Rodarte is throwing at Houston Heat. Although another body, though, Infamous, the survivability, a struggle for them here in this overtime point. They lose 2 bodies out of their spots with Thomas Taylor and Parrish. And now it's 3-on-5 in favor of Houston Heat. Houston Heat trying to keep their series title chances alive, trying to eliminate the Infamous from this World Cup.
Rodarte gonna try and get a shot. Oh, looked like he put one on Ryan Moorhead, but nope, he's still alive. Now everybody's gonna start looking for Rodarte. Things are gonna get real small for him here real quick. Here comes Chad George on the creep. He's gonna come into the snake. Drew Templeton and Cody Mikowski dealing with Dizon and Fedorov coming down that Dorito side right now.
Yeah, Dizon just made that move to the 50, and then Rodarte repositions again to the inside part of Snake 1. Another body about to come off for Infamous, so it's just been a gunfight victory here as Chad George is going to run down Rodarte. As we hit the 60-second mark, so maybe Cody Mikowski can find some last-second heroics and hold off the attack, and he's just not going to be able to do it. So Houston Heat stops the comeback. Dizon going to get in there and hit that buzzer. Houston Heat eliminates Los Angeles Infamous. Well, as long as Dizon is clean, there's the thumbs up. Solid point across the board for Houston Heat. Just winning 3 gunfights and able to slowly but surely whittle the line down from Los Angeles Infamous. And it's going to be Houston Heat taking on the Los Angeles Ironmen in the quarterfinals. Todd, you got a battle in front of you right now.
Cannot wait. We're ready to play paintball.
So thank you guys so much for joining us here. As Thomas Taylor losing it in the pits right now. And hey man, I understand it's incredible. This is heart on his shoulder, on his sleeve constantly. And it's been a rough weekend. As Thomas Taylor's city got destroyed by the fire. So our prayers and thoughts go out to him. But again, thank you so much for joining us here. And head on over to GoSports.com to watch this emotional tournament. It's been crazy. This field layout is chaotic. Real fun to watch. Yeah. So we'll be back here. But do us a solid. Go to GoSports.com, sign up. And I'm Matty Marshall, Steve Rabikoff. We're going to bid goodbye to Tom Martinez. He's going to go play in the quarterfinals. Next up, though, X Factor taking on AC Dallas. Battle the Texas teams. San Diego Dynasty playing Edmonton Impact. We'll be back.